Hi, it's Thursday night. Because the 24/7 prayer event is on at the moment, we're going to take a slight break from our series going through the Lord's Prayer phrase by phrase, because some people have said that they want to do the 24/7 prayer sheet, and rather than sort of missing out on a phrase of the Lord's Prayer, I thought I would use the opportunity to share with you a short story that I heard many years ago. It's more like I suppose, a meditation rather than a direct devotion. But I heard it many years ago at a Crieff Ministers Conference from my old minister in Glasgow, Peter White. And I've always found it a little useful image to hold in my head when I'm struggling to pray. I can't remember the name of the book that it comes from. I'm really sorry. I think the story is called The Transforming Friendship, and I think the book was called something like The Overcoming Life or something like that. Anyway, it's quite a sad wee story. I'm sorry about that, but it's also quite a nice wee story. An old Scotsman lay very ill, and his minister came to visit him. As the minister sat down on a chair near the bedside, he noticed on the other side of the bed another chair placed at such an angle as to suggest that a visitor had just left it. "Well, Donald," said the minister, glancing at the chair, "I see I'm not your first visitor." The Scotsman looked up in surprise, so the minister pointed to the chair. "Ah," said the sufferer, "I'll tell you about the chair. Years ago I found it impossible to pray. I often fell asleep on my knees, I was so tired, and if I kept awake, I could not control my thoughts from wandering. One day I was so worried I spoke to my minister about it. He told me not to worry about kneeling down. "Just sit down," he said. "Put a chair opposite you. Imagine that Jesus is in it and talk to him as you would to a friend." "And," the Scotsman added, "I've been doing that ever since. So now you know why the chair is standing like that." A week later, the daughter of the old Scot drove up to the minister's house and knocked at the door. She was thrown into the study, and when the minister came in, she could hardly restrain herself. "Father died in the night," she sobbed. "I had no idea death could be so near. I had just gone to lie down for an hour or two. He seemed to be sleeping so comfortably, and when I came back, he was dead. He hadn't moved since I saw him, except that his hand was out on the empty chair at the side of the bed. Do you understand?" "Yes," said the minister, "I understand." The Scotsman, not by intellect or will, but by an imagination which had become faith, had accepted the gift of friendship and made the Master real. Truly, 1 John 1 verse 3, our fellowship is with the Father and with his Son Jesus Christ. The reality of this transforming friendship is reached not through argument or theological study or even holy living, but through experience. Just a little meditation. I've always found it a nice image, as I say, to keep in my head when my mind wanders when I'm praying, and I find it hard to stay alert and focused. So hopefully it'll be of a help to you too. Every blessing.